Hey girl, hey, I am so excited to have you here. I am Dr. Stephanie Lynn, and I welcome you into my home. Choose today to be healed. Hey girl, hey, it's another episode of the Be Healed podcast with your host, yours truly, Dr. Stephanie Lynn. I am super excited about today's episode. And why is that? Because today we're going to talk about something that not many therapists really talk about, and that is accountability. That's right. So we're going to be talking about creative pathways to self-discovery and self-accountability. Keywords today: self-discovery and self-accountability. Well, why do we need to talk about these, Dr. Stephanie? It's really, really simple, because it's your healing journey. It's not our healing journey. It's not mine. It's not theirs. It's not Kim. It's not Keisha's. It's not Bo's. And it's not anyone else's. It's your healing journey. And so you need to understand your own levels of accountability and your own discovery journey. See, everybody's journey is different. Some people's journey entailed, like mine, a 360, mind, body, soul, physical, spiritual, everything. Other people's journey can just be one prong. Some people's journey is only metaphysical. Some is only physical. So you have to know what your journey is. So we're going to talk about 3 things today that can help you discover your journey and help you on your journey. You ready for the first one? Great. The first thing is prayer. Yep, prayer. Not just any kind of prayer, though. Not the God is a genie in the bottle and he's just going to whip out and do everything that you want. Not that kind of prayer. Not the supplicative prayer, the supplication prayer. Oh, I come body bent, knee bound. Oh, Lord, bless the neighborhood. No, not that kind of prayer. The kind of prayer I'm speaking about is affirmative prayer. Write that down. Affirmative prayer. Y'all know I believe Google God and the gun. Google it. But affirmative prayer is a prayer that prays the solution. It prays in the affirmative, and it prays as an active declaration. Praise in the affirmative, praise the solution, praise as an active affirmation, active declaration. What do you mean by that? So affirmative prayer starts with recognition of, God, recognition of the higher source or the supernatural source that you believe in. Remember, I don't come from a dogmatic perspective. So whatever you believe your source is, it's a recognition of that. And then you identify yourself as that and as an expression of that. So for me, I would recognize that God is the source of my life. And then I would identify as an expression of that source. Like Genesis said, we're made in the likeness and image. So if we're in the likeness and image, that means that his presence is in me. That's a part of God in me. That may be a bit much for organized people, so unclench your pearls. Dare I say that I am a version of God walking. You probably turn me off all the way, so let me desensitize it for you. I identify as the expression of that. Then we make a shift, and we shift into what? Gratitude. Gratitude. There's no asking of anything. It's gratitude. Then we move from gratitude and we move into release. And then, we just release it as law, and we release it as children of God. Okay, so that's how we move through. Not one time did I say asking for anything. Not one time did I say begging for anything. Even if you look at the template of the Lord's Prayer, it says, give us this day our daily bread. It doesn't say, oh Lord, if you might will, if you think about it, while you on helping others, don't forget about me. None of that is true. Even in the template that the Christ lives, give us this day our daily bread. I'm expecting you, God, to give me what I need every day. And forgive us. I'm expecting you because your word said. So there's an expectancy that sits in gratitude. And so what you have, you don't beg for. Oh, Somebody ought to hear me today. What you know you have, you don't beg for. Prayer is the first thing. The second thing is a daily spiritual practice. Write that down. A daily spiritual practice. In the daily spiritual practice, you will literally find your connection with God. My daily spiritual practice is going to look very different than yours, but let me give you some tips. My daily spiritual practice, I do worship. Y'all know I can play and sing. If playing and singing ain't your ministry, then worship ain't gonna be your daily spiritual practice. Stop trying to copy. But you might be good at sewing. You might be good at encouraging other people. You might be good at whatever that is. Find something that only you do in the presence of God. Meditating is another thing that I do. Now, meditating is literally, that's why I wanted to sit like this, because this is how I sit when I meditate. And this is one of the areas that I do meditate in. You can do silent meditation. You can do audible meditation. You can have a gigahertz playing in the background. You can actually have soft worship in the background. But meditating is one of them. I also do yoga. Now, I don't really care what the people have to say about sage and yoga. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm not going to get into that battle. But I will tell you that yoga is a great stress release. And it helps you be flexible for other things that you need in your life. Come on back. Come on back. We're back. Come back. So those are the three things that I do on a regular basis. And so the daily spiritual practice is just what it says. Daily spiritual practice. Not every other day like Bobby and Whitney. Not every other day, but every day. Okay? And then the third thing is something that I've actually created, which is journaling, but not just any journaling. This is a mirroring journal. Say that. Mirroring journal. What is mirroring, Dr. Stephanie? I'm glad you asked. Mirroring is a process that forces you to look at yourself in the mirror, and it forces you to look at how you deal with other people. But it's you on you. Okay? That's what mirroring is. And it's also called self-processing. So this is my very own journal. If you go to healingonthego.com, you can purchase this journal along with a healing bag. But we'll talk about that later. So journaling is going to be the third way. You can do open script journaling, where is you just automatic writing, where you just write whatever comes to you. Or you can do what this is called a scripted journal or a prompting journal. If you're going to do a prompting journal, do me a favor and don't get the woo-woo ones that are going to keep you safe. Get one that's going to get in your face and that's going to really challenge you. Mine challenges what you look like in the mirror, and mine also has a daily spiritual practice tracker in it, because it's not just something that I'm preaching, guys. It's something that I live, and it has absolutely helped me on my healing journey. So let's do a quick recap. What are the three ways that you can discover your own journey of self-discovery and accountability? The first way is what? Prayer, but just not any prayer, affirmative prayer. The second way is what? Daily spiritual practice. And the third way is journaling, preferably with prompted journals. Now that we've talked about self-discovery, let's talk about the last topic. I want to talk about accountability. And this next piece is going to be very uncomfortable, and it's going to be uncomfortable on purpose, because one of the things that I don't do in my practice is I don't lie, and I don't allow my clients to lie to themselves. I don't lie to my clients, and I don't allow clients to lie to themselves. One of the most simplest things to do is to take responsibility. I didn't say easy, I said simple. But one of the most difficult things to do is take responsibility. It is the epitome of a double-edged sword. But let me tell you the beauty in taking accountability. Because when you accept accountability, then you take responsibility. And then the blame game almost eradicates itself. Because the blaming is what keeps us in the circle of unmet needs and unrealized expectations. So taking accountability for your own shit. Yes, I said it. Own your trauma and own your drama. That goes back to my previous episode about spending time with the dark parts of you. That's how you hold yourself accountable. You don't run from the uncomfortability. You embrace it, because by embracing it, you get healed quicker. Write that down. Embracing the uncomfortable parts of me helps me heal quicker. The longer it stays hidden, the longer it takes you to get healed. So I want to challenge you. Last episode I invited you. Today I'm going to challenge you. And I really don't care if you get pissed off. I want you to get pissed off. I want you to get agitated, because maybe then it'll provoke you to get off your dairy air and get on with the business of living healed. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you change your life by helping you heal your life. I'm not here to make you feel good, and I'm not here to soothe you on your journey. I'm here to give you practical tools that's going to help you go from pain to purpose. That's going to help you go from hurt to healed. So here's my challenge to you. Before you even attempt to do a prayer, before you even attempt to find out a daily spiritual practice, or even buy my journal or do any journal, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down 3 things that you love about yourself and 3 things that you hate about yourself. And yes, hate is a strong word, but I'm very cautious about what I'm saying. Because when I say hate about yourself, the whatever you write down on the paper, the meaning that you've given those characteristics is that of hatred. And it's a choice to go that far. But I want both ends of the spectrum. I don't really want the gray area. I want the things you absolutely love about yourself, and then the things that you like, oh God, if I could just die today and come back a different person. Write those 3 things down. Now that's going to be uncomfortable for some of y'all, because some of y'all believe what your parents told you and told you that you could sing in the shower and can't hold a tune. You still walking around with that belief. Some of y'all believe some of y'all had them parents that when you was in high school, oh, it's no way that my child was bullying folk, got everybody but in your pocket. I want to challenge what you think about yourself, both good and that's not so good. And if you can do that, then you're on your way to being healed quicker, faster, and the healing work that you do will be a permanent fixture in your life. Somebody say permanent healing. I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of eating up that which I vomited. I'm not a fan of that. And so if you're not a fan of that, once we get it out, we don't pick it back up. We heal and we stay healed permanently. So that's my challenge to you. Write down the good, write down that you don't like. You've got 3 ways to discover yourself. And if you so choose to do my journal, go to healingonthego.com and you'll see this here, and you'll also see some other things that can help you on your healing journey. I pray that today's episode has helped you in some way, even if it's been uncomfortable. And even though today's episode ends with a challenge, I always invite you to live and be healed. Until next time, have a wonderful day.